Hi everyone, welcome for joining us here live. And at this point of time, we are going to have a very interesting bit, which is get tips on healthy cooking. So when we talk about healthy cooking, let's talk about tips. We are going to talk about King of Culinary, which is a fun and fiery cooking competition series where it's the celebrity chef versus the home cooks, and is now in the expanded format in multi-language on Vasantham, Suria, Channel 8 and meWATCH. And now let's focus our attention on the big screen for a very, very short clip. Let's have a look. And the clip is not up yet. So actually today, we are supposed to have one of the hosts to come on stage with us, who is Udaya, but unfortunately she's not feeling too well today to join us. So instead, we're going to have two guys. Oh, it's still me. The clip is still not ready. Two guys to join us on stage to talk about King of Culinary. So would you please welcome on stage Chef Anand and Adam. Okay, guys, have a seat.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. So, please enlighten us about this King of Culinary, the whole concept, because I know for sure it all started off on Channel 8 and under the title of San Ba Dao, which is first hosted by Li Teng, and now is being hosted by Su Zhicheng, all right? And then we have it on Vasantham as well as Suria.
True, yep.
Tell us more about it. So the concept is the same?
So the concept is the same. Started, as you said, started with Channel 8, and then Suria and Vasantham got on board. Same concept, same contestants, different celebrity chefs. From the Indian side, we have three of us, me, Bala, and Dana, and then we have three mentee chefs. Malay side, you have Iskandar, Khalid, and Chef Bob, and then there's three. So it's the same concept. Do you want me to explain about the concept? Or?
Yeah, maybe for those of us who are not very sure of the concept, yeah maybe.
So the concept is basically home cooks coming and challenging chefs. So for example, if I'm there, they want to challenge me, but they have to challenge my mentee first. And then they come up with one protein that they come up with, could be prawn, lamb, chicken, pork, or whatever. And then the mentees has got 45 minutes to cook. Same for was it 45 minutes or 40 minutes?
No, for the mentee chef, they have 40. For the chefs, you have 30.
30, yeah.
Yeah, chef I know chef have lesser time because chefs are supposed to be professionals.
It's hard.
I know it's
minutes.
hard. I know it is. So your role, you are a mentor.
Yeah. So I'm a mentor chef, and what happens is that I've got a mentee who's there, so I sort of guided him throughout the time. And then the home cook meets the mentee, and if she wins the mentee, then he or she gets to go against me. And if they win me, they get to win one of those knives that I have at the back. And then she can move on, he or she can move on to go to the next chef. So he or she immediately goes to the next chef. So for example, I'll be choosing the chef on my right or left, whatever. Then they challenge for another 45 and 30 minutes. And if they win another knife. So the person with the most knives for all the channels will go to Channel 5 for the Grand Championship.
The Grand Championship, we are talking about $20,000.
It's quite a lot, isn't it? Quite a lot.
Yeah, seriously, 20,000 is quite a fair bit.
Yeah.
Quite a fair bit. So, what about you? What's your role in all this, Adam?
Okay, for me, I am actually the resident judge on Raja Culinary, which is on Suria.
Okay.
And I'm lucky to be in a position that I have a bird's eye view of all the action going on. So for us, we have, besides the three chefs and myself as a resident judge, we also have a celebrity judge that joins us every 1 or 2 weeks to help us to, when we taste the food that is cooked by both the chef and the contestants, and then we will deliberate and see who will come out on top. And like Chef Anand say, they have a chance to win, besides a very expensive and nice looking chef knife, money as well. And if they go all the way, they get to go to the Battle of the Kings on Channel 5. Something very interesting that you said also, definitely the format is very interesting and exciting. But besides the time differences, something that makes the format very exciting is the chef also get surprise attacks. They have additional challenges that's given to them. Ingredients can be taken away, utensils or even their stove. So that gives it another level of stress for the chef, so to say. So there may be some of the best chefs around, but when you get so many obstacles, sometimes
it's hard.
it's very exciting, but for them it's very stressful.
Yeah, well, I think one of the challenges, one of the obstacles I had was they took my stove away.
Closer.
Yeah, they took my stove away, so I had 3 stoves. So every 10 minutes, one stove will be taken away, and you're left with 1 stove. The other one was, the most recent one on that was broadcast was, so I had everything planned. I had to go and cook, and then the lady rang the bell. She gets to choose a mentee to come and stand in for me for 10, 15 minutes. So the mentee has got no idea what to cook. So I had 19 minutes to cook 2 dishes. So yeah, it's quite hard.
So, well, this is in spirit of a good competition, but do you feel at times you are like kena tekan especially hard because you are the professional chef there?
Well, I think it's fair to do that. Like our home cooks, but honestly, some of the home cooks are very good. Like they are very good, you know. And is it fair? Well, it's unfair, but I think it's okay. I think we can manage. I think as chefs, we know how to adapt immediately. And, you know, we have obviously like 2 million recipes in our head constantly. It's just like pick and choose. But yeah, no, it is a bit harsh.
But
30 minutes is harsh.
But then again, being chef, they are more comfortable, right, in their own kitchen.
True.
When they know where the pots and pans are, you know, what kind of burner stove is there, and what you have in the fridge that you can always substitute if you want to.
Yeah.
But thrown in a situation whereby you don't have the necessary stuff, it's quite a jam, right?
You can't go back. Like you get 15 minutes to go and do your preparation at the back, and then they bring all your things in front. You can't go back if you like, for example, one of the episodes, Malay episodes, they forgot chili padi. And he was like, we need chili padi for this dish. And he turns and asks the mentee, chili padi? He said, oh, I forgot. So you can't run back. You can't run back. So you need to make do with what you have. So it's like animals, isn't it? Like you adapt in your own area if you throw it in the jungle.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when I watch this kind of a cooking competition thingy, right? At the end of the day, when I see the judge sampling the dishes, and when they have good things to say, I'm like, are you sure? Because all the frenzy of activities and stuff like that. So that question has to be directed to you, Adam. So how do you judge? Are you a biased judge in the sense that, because do you hold the professional chef more accountable, and do you give more leeway to the home chef because they are, after all, not professionals?
I guess for the judges, right, one of the challenges, like you say, is that we have to remember that we're talking about amateur home chefs against professional chefs that are running their own restaurant, for example. But at the same time, in the end, what matters to the judging panel most is that the food is tasty, is delicious. The chef or the contestant may run into many obstacles along the way. We've had cases where they forget ingredients. Sometimes they put the wrong ingredient, they put more salt instead of sugar, so it affects the taste. So even the most seasoned chef, we've had contestants who also have formal culinary training. They even work together with some of the chefs that they are going up against. They take it as a personal challenge, so to speak. So as a judge, I can say that yes, we do have it in our mind that yes, we're talking about chef at a certain level, but in the end, when you have the food in front of you, when you taste it, that is what will help us make the decision. Does the food really live up to the expectation that it's supposed to be? Because, like you say, they may have skills in the kitchen. Some of them may be a bit more stressed out. They may be all over the place in the kitchen. But in the end, the dish that you deliver is what is being judged.
Okay, for most of the episodes that you have done as a resident judge, do you find that your decision it sort of gels very well with the celebrity judges that comes along. Or was it always a unanimous decision, or well, each of you have your mind about something?
Interestingly enough, right, it may not always be seen on the TV, but there's actually quite a lot of deliberation. We actually have quite a lot of disagreements when it comes to judging, because everyone has their own individual taste.
Yes.
Yeah, something that may be nice to me may not be nice to someone else.
Yeah.
Our tolerance for spiciness or salty flavors or sweetness may also be different. So we try to put forward the best case possible that we have. I'm sure Chef Arden also knows that sometimes the judging part is probably the time they are most nervous, because they put in 100%, but in the end, it's up to the taste of the judges. And for celebrity judges, we cycle. Every couple of weeks is a new celebrity judge. So the contestant and the judge also has to remember that this is not the same people tasting, you know. There's different expectations to be met. So yeah, it's quite exciting in a way backstage when we are judging, but it's not always unanimous. I can tell you the truth.
We as chefs also, we get to judge. So if the chef is not chosen to compete, we get to judge at the back. So we bring the food back. I'm often said to be quite blunt in things, and I've said if things are not nice, it's not nice. I don't really sugarcoat things. Like even for the mentee, you know, she did something, her dish was fantastic, but she put a sauce which was not necessary at all. You know, those kind of things. But we had a couple of episodes here and there were disagreements in the dressing room. But it's honest, and we all said, no, the blah, blah, blah has to win because they did a good job. And then it boiled down to like points after that.
Well, basically because it is a reality show, right? What we expected from a reality show is a very real account of whatever that goes on. Yeah. So, to what extent, you know, are you being like real and blunt with your comments? Do you still have a little bit whereby you have to be politically correct, or you think that the truth shall set you free, you know, and just go full blast?
Well, I think you shouldn't. The idea is not to upset somebody if their food is not nice. I think it's to say that there's something lacks there and could be changed, and offer a suggestion. That's how I approach it. I mean, I'm not gonna go like it's rubbish, you know, start spitting out, throwing it like that's all like a bit harsh.
That would be a little bit way too dramatic.
Yeah, so it's just you offer suggestions that this is what you can put next time, and I think it will taste better. But unfortunately, yours isn't the best today.
Well, actually, for the contestants, for the home cook, right? Maybe in the initial rounds, they have got nothing much to lose. Really, they just lose a little bit of face amongst their friends. That's all. But the celebrity chef, quite a fair bit to lose if you were to lose. So, do you still remember your very first loss? How did it hit you? Do you think it's justified?
I think it was last week, I think I lost. I lost to a lady who made... Did she make sweet and sour fish? No, she made a chicken dish. Sorry, she made chicken rice. Lemongrass chicken rice. She won. I lost my first knife. So yeah, it's a bit... You feel that it was a bit upsetting, but I think what the thing that happened to me, because I only had 19 minutes to cook, and she had like a good 45 minutes to cook.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I think she did a good job. Like the chicken was nice and the rice was flavorful. I did what I can in the 19 minutes. Yeah, I was supposed to be given 30 minutes, by the way, and then like 19 minutes I couldn't do it. But no, yeah, I think it's nice to give your life to somebody who deserves it.
Yes.
And all the contestants who won deserve it. Yeah.
Actually, I think whenever we're watching this show, right, of course, you know, as audiences, you know, we are just thinking that, okay, this is an infotainment program, information and entertainment. So perhaps we should just all take it with a pinch of salt. But you think about it, everybody is putting a lot of things on the line, you know. For the home chef, right, this could either be a make or break. Yes, and for the celebrity chef, it's like putting your name on the line, you know, and actually taking a big risk. So I think kudos to both parties. I think we should really respect, you know, both the home cook as well as the celebrity chef.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think the hosts, they are doing quite a good job as well. Do you have good things to say about your host?
Well, yeah, I think they've been put there to distract. That's what they do, I think. They've been said, okay, you need to go and distract the chefs. And, they keep talking. Like some of us, some chefs, I think, or cooks, home cooks, people, can't really do two things at once.
Right.
So it's like wanting to answer the host and then start cutting and moving things around. Like, I think there were points where I told Hudea, I was like, just give me 2 minutes, I'll get back to you.
Right.
I need to do something first. Like, I need both my set of brains, both my brains to like work. But yeah, no, I think they're doing an amazing job. Like the Chinese channel, and the Malay channel, and the Indian channel, I think they're all doing an amazing job by as hosts.
All right, because today is Let's Talk About Health Fair. I know we have some pretty scrumptious food, on King of Culinary, but perhaps you can share with some tips with everybody here and also on meWATCH. What are the ways that we can perhaps cook healthy but yet tasty at the same time?
So I would answer this. I think cooking healthy is cooking things fresh. You get the freshest ingredients, and also I think you don't have to always steam things or because it's healthy or boil things. Deep frying I would not really do that. There's a lot of oil that you can air fry things now, which comes out about 90% similar to that. I think using like things like I don't use stock cubes, those kind of things. Like I know I'm a chef and I have a bit more time. Sometimes I reduce my stock, chicken bones, whatever, reduce it down, freeze it inside. So if you want to make a soup, that it's something that does not have preservatives. And I think cutting out processed food and preservatives, I think can help a lot. I think.
Okay.
I think about 10 years ago, I had a medical condition. I had a heart attack at 27. And then I recovered after that. My journey was completely different. I was slightly bigger before. And then I had to cut everything down. And then I'm 40 this year and I feel 27 again. I think you need to really cut down on things and eat healthy. Yeah.
Awesome. What about you? What tips do you have for us, Adam?
Actually, to be honest, even watching the show, King of Culinary, Raja Kulinari, I actually pick up tips from the show itself on how we can not only substitute things like instead of using too much salt or too much sugar, right? I've seen the chefs and contestants use ingredients in very creative ways. Like one of the episodes, one of the chef Iskandar, he made a noodle, and normally when we have noodles, it's starchy, right? It's carbohydrates.
Yeah.
But he made a noodle out of white radish. He just string the white radish through the mandolin, and the strips, right? He just quickly blanch it so you don't lose too much of nutrients, and it acted as a noodle. And apparently you can use other ingredients like zucchini or cucumber, carrot, pumpkin, something suitable. So this is a good example of how sometimes it's a very creative substitute. It's not just the usual what you hear, sugar, salt, all this. Yeah, it's true. We can cut down on oil, etc. But there's alternatives lah. So I'm really learning a lot from the show. I'm watching the show every week and my wife is with me and she's taking notes on what can she try at home also. So that's something that's very useful.
I think like for example, for oil, don't use, vegetable oil. Use canola oil, sunflower oil, olive oil. Sugar, take it out. Use honey, maple syrup, stevia. Like starch. Don't have too much starch. Cut down the rice. Eat quinoa, farro seeds. These are all very healthy stuff. I mean, it's nice. Like I have rice once a week. I don't eat carbs much, so that's why I stay slim. I'm the smallest in the set. Throughout the all the programs, I think I'm the smallest in the set. But no, I think sometimes it's nice to indulge, but within limitations. Like if you're eating an 80%, the next 2 spoonfuls you're going to be full stop. Yeah, and then have some water. Then you don't like over compensate yourself.
I always feel, right? We should all try to eat healthy and try to refrain for some food that is come out of kind of over. But I do think that we need to have cheat days, though. We need, just now I did share with everyone here, we need to have at least 2 days of cheat days. 5 days you try your best to eat clean, and then 2 days you really it up,
You have to reward yourself, of course.
And then you just reward yourself with more exercises just to compensate for whatever impurities you've been putting into your body. I think that's a fair trade. Yeah. Because I think food, sometimes it has to be sinfully delicious. Means that it should encompass, you know, the richest flavors. Oh.
I think also exercising is important. You know, once you have a heavy meal or something, make sure you do exercise 30 minutes. You know, I think that's very important, even on a daily basis. So it's like mentally, if you have something sinful after that, you're like, but wait, I just exercised 30 minutes ago, so I'm fine for now. You know, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
For me, something personally as well that I'm trying to do more. As you can tell, I really enjoy my food. And I have quite a sweet tooth. One of the simple things that I'm trying my best to do is drink more water also. It's something very simple. Don't drink so much carbonated, sugary drinks, even syrups you make at home. Just drink water as much as you can. It improves your health, it keeps you hydrated, prevents things like headaches. This is very simple stuff, but yeah, I know it can be tough to do, but let's try our best with the water, you know.
Actually, there's one trick that I employ sometimes when I'm going for a meal and I think that I'm probably gonna pig out. I'm gonna be so excited about the meal, right? So before that meal, I take about 2 glasses of water first. Yeah, because after 2 glasses of water, it sort of dampens the appetite a little bit.
You tend to get slightly full.
Yeah, you're slightly full. And so when you start eating, you reach the part whereby you are full. You're just comfortably full. But 2 hours later, then you'll be like, that is a very good choice. That's a very good move.
Actually, that's a good suggestion. I should try that. I never tried that before.
Yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one. But try to sleep early after dinner, because when the water subsides, when you start to feel hungry,
you get hungry.
You're gonna think like, maybe I'm gonna have supper, you know,
time
which that is a killer. Supper is a killer.
Late night snacks is the worst. You should try to not have it at all.
All right, so before we sign off this afternoon, please tell all of us here why they should catch King of Culinary. Tell me 5 things that you have to keep looking out for.
So, firstly, I think it's a great program and you should do it. You should find time even if you don't have time.
All right.
It's a program with a beautiful concept of things, and you know, the third one would be that you can see the raw talent of home cooks and how they create their dishes, and you'll be quite shocked.
And 2 more from you.
To be honest with you, honestly, it's really a great show. Everyone from the production crew to the talents, everyone put in a lot of effort, and you can see it translated on the screen. It's really exciting, and we may be down to the last few episodes, but trust me, there's a lot of twists and a lot of excitement yet to come. So don't think that, oh, it's the last few episodes, but trust me, I'm going to be watching, and I hope everyone watches also.
And I think that this is truly amazing, because sometimes when we have a certain show, it only translates across only in one particular language. But however, for King of Culinary, we have it in 3 different languages, 3 different channels. We have Vasantham, we have Suria, we have Channel 8. And the most amazing part is that once all 3 of you reach your last episode, you have your winner, yes? And all 3 of them will converge together for the Grand Championship, which is the Grand Countdown on Channel 5. And they stand a chance to walk away with $20,000.
That's good money.
That's really good money. That's really amazing. So watch the show, and then you can experience the fun. You can have a different look at how chef works under pressure, and also the new recipes and how we get to be innovative and come up with new recipes if you are tired of cooking the same old stuff for the every day of your life. Yes. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone on meWATCH, be sure to tune in King of Culinary, and especially in October, where the finales are going to be held. Yeah, and we all look forward to see who is going to be the grand champion. And on this note, thank you, Chef Anand, and thank you
for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you everyone for watching. And we'll see you. Have a happy weekend, and goodbye. Thank you.